Hi, I'm Chef Sherry and I'm here to make a breakfast taco for you. This is a recipe. I'm working on a post for my website from michigantothetable.com, and I'm like, since I'm working on that and I'm going to publish it today, I'm like, why not do a video to go along with it? So I just decided to make a breakfast taco for you. I'm going to start my griddle. I'm going to set it at 350, like that. You want to make sure to click it so it turns on. If you're using the outside griddle, you're going to want to set it at medium heat. And this is a electric Blackstone Griddle. This is a 17-inch. I also have outside the 36-inch and the 22-inch that I use all the time, and I make this recipe on. So, if you're coming in from Facebook, if you leave a comment, I'd love to hear where you're from, and you can just put your name with the comment so I know that who I'm talking to. Hi, Dan. Dan's here. Nice that you're watching again. I'm feeling better. The last time I was on, Dan was on with me, and what was it, last Friday? I wasn't feeling too hot, but it was like I still needed to get a recipe out, and so I got it out, and feeling better today. We made chicken soup over the weekend, and we ate chicken soup the whole weekend, so feeling better. You know, I might sound stuffy. I still got the stuffy head, the stuffy nose a little bit, but we're doing better. So I'm making the breakfast tacos, and super simple. This is going along with a blog post that I'm doing that I'm going to publish later today. I have the griddle set at 350, and basically it's just I'm using eggs, and you guys know that I like fluffy eggs when I'm doing eggs. So I'm going to add a little heavy cream to mine. You can add milk to it, or you can just use the eggs. I am doing the little seasoning, salt and pepper in the eggs. And you can do this with bacon, ham, sausage. I'm using ham. In the recipe that I have on my blog, I use bacon for that one. But it's, you know, mix and match and use whatever you have. If you don't want meat, you don't have to add meat. You could just omit that part of it. And I'm also using the soft shell tacos. I'm just going to use the smaller ones. You can use bigger ones. You can actually use like more eggs if you want like a fuller one, you can. And then I'm just using cheese and then any toppings that you guys would like. You know, that's completely customizable, all on your own. You can do salsa, you can do sour cream, you can do guacamole, you can do sliced avocados. You know, you can just customize it to however you guys like it. So I'm just going to get started. This is going to be a real quick and easy recipe for you. So not too complicated today. Just do I'm going to use 2 eggs. And I'm going to add a splash of the heavy cream because I want mine fluffy. I like fluffy eggs. And I'm just going to add a little bit of salt and pepper. Set that aside. I like a little bit of flavor in when I'm cooking it. You know, this is something you can add later if you would like. I just like to add it in when I'm cooking it. Like sometimes I forget. And then it's like when I'm eating it, I'm like, oh, it just doesn't have that same taste to it. So I just add it in right with when I'm doing the eggs so that I don't forget. In this too, you can actually, like if you're just doing eggs, you can crack the eggs right on the griddle and scramble it up if you want. I just like the fluffy eggs, so I'm doing, you know, the little bit of heavy cream on mine. And as usual, I like to use a small bowl, so sometimes to try not to get it to splash all over the place. I don't know why I do that to myself every single time I do that. I know. Okay, so we got it nice and good and scrambled here. The griddle is almost done. I'm going to spray it with the cooking spray. You can do butter if you want butter on there, But just to let you know, the butter does brown the longer it's on the griddle. You know, it has a tendency to burn and go from brown butter to burnt butter. So, you know, just be careful with that. You can use oil too. You know, that's also an option. I'm just going to add my ham. And you hear that sound on there? That's exactly what you want to hear. And I do have my mic on. I've been horrible lately with turning my mic on because I'm going to take my watch off. I don't know why I have my watch on. But I switched mics out and I'm using a different mic and I keep on forgetting to turn it on. So I apologize for any of the other videos if you watched at the beginning. Sometimes I don't have my mic on. So that's my bad on that because it's just something I don't know until you guys tell me. I've had like a couple times now where people tell me, oh, I can't hear any sound, and then I'm like, oh man. Okay, so I'm gonna start scrambling the egg. I have the ham that's I got a little bit of brown color on it, and this is just a super quick recipe. So I'm gonna just kind of go slowly because I don't want it to go all over the place. And you know, you can mix the ham into it, but I'm actually going to do like separate, and then I'm going to mix it. So, you know, and that completely is on your own. Like if you want to mix it all together and get it in there, you can. You know, I don't know why. I don't know why I do. And, you know, it's just, this part here is to where you can make this your own. You know, if you like to mix it together, you can. You know, and it probably would add a little bit more flavor to the eggs if you mix it together. But I like to get my eggs like soft set. It's to where there's no runniness in my scrambled eggs. I don't like runny eggs. And but I also don't like eggs that are well done and browned. That's one thing. I like that happy medium, and getting it sometimes is difficult. So, okay, so I'm gonna mix these together now. We've got our eggs are almost soft set. I'm gonna just go like that and mix it in. Like that. And I'm actually probably gonna pull this off. I didn't think about it, but I'm gonna pull this off because normally if I had the bigger griddle, the 36-inch out there, I would probably just do the eggs in that on one side and make the taco on the other side. But this is such a small griddle, and I just don't want to crowd myself. But I don't want to overcook the eggs either. That's one thing that if I were to leave the eggs on there, then for me they would become overdone, and that's not what I want. So I'm going to pull them off and just set them aside, and then I will make my taco like that. And that's one thing that I like about the bigger griddles. You know, even though I'm just making like one taco here, the bigger griddle is nice because there's so much more room to move and to make things and spread out that, you know, I just like the bigger griddles for that. But, you know, this is perfect for indoors because it doesn't take up a lot of room. So I'm just going to use, you know, and this probably would be enough for 2, or maybe if should I make 2? I'm going to make 2. So we're going to do, I'm just putting the taco shell down. If I used a larger taco shell, the larger one, I probably would just have 1, but I'm going to do 2. I'm going to split this up here. So I'm just going to do half on each, and I'm only going to do half because I'm going to fold this over into a taco shape. And go like that. Actually, you know what? I'm going to show you something. I'm going to take this off, and I'm going to show you how using the same ingredients can get you a different result. We got like that, and then I'm just going to take the cheese on there, and You know, this you can use any type of cheese that you would like. I like the Colby Jack, the Cheddar Jack. This one, this is cheddar and Monterey. You can use all cheddar cheese. You know, you can use cheese slices if you have them, if you prefer them. You know, you can do that. And sometimes too, which I probably should have done, was maybe put a little bit of cheese on the bottom first beforehand, but I'm gonna roll with it just like this. So I'm gonna take and then just fold this over, and it is toasted a little bit on this side, but it's not like really, really toasted. So I'm just gonna press this down a little bit so that cheese will kind of melt to the taco shell. And then I'm going to take and flip this over in just a minute. I'm basically giving myself time to let the cheese melt and let everything warm and get nice and toasted in there. I've actually even used the dome lid and put the dome lid on there to let it get nice and toasted. But you know, that's all depends on, you know, okay, so we're doing the same thing, but I'm gonna show you a different method of doing this. So basically it's just gonna be a breakfast burrito. So I'm taking the eggs and I'm putting, which I'm using pretty much the same amount as I did with the taco. I'm putting it more towards the center, but I'm doing like long ways, and then, but I'm leaving room around on all of it. So I'm gonna put some cheese down. In this too, like you can fill if you want salsa in there, if you want like sauteed peppers and onions, you can put in there. You know, this is pretty customizable. I'm just keeping it real simple because that's how we like it. So in the burrito, so actually I probably should have done, and I do this every single time, I don't know why I do that, but you want to leave more room on the back side than you do on the front side. So I'm going to fold in, and this is where I'm going to use my hands, the multi-purpose. So I'm holding with the fingers here, but I'm using my thumbs to help fold. So I'm going to fold in like that, and then I'm going to grab my thumb and my forefinger, and I'm going to fold and roll. And I'm going to gently roll, trying to keep all that in there like that, and just roll. And I'm actually going to do like a half a roll so that the seam is on the bottom. And you want to try to keep the sides tucked in because they will have a tendency to tuck out, which it kind of did a little bit here, but I'm just going to roll with it and let it go. So I'm going to take this and flip because it's probably nice. Yeah, look at that. Nice and golden brown. That's exactly how I want this. So I'm going to slide this over, let this cook a little bit on this side, but I'm going to take this and toast this. And I'm actually going to use a plate, or you can use a weight of some sort. This is what I found that I've done before, and it works really well. I just take my plate like this and kind of press just a little bit so that it will adhere to the griddle, and you'll get a nice golden brown flat part on there. But you don't want to smoosh it too much so that it busts the shell open. And I've done that before, so that's not what you want to do. And we want this other one to just get crispy. And that's one thing with these breakfast tacos, with doing them on the griddle, as you're able to get that crispiness on the shell, which gives it an extra layer of flavor, which is exactly what you want with this. So I'm just going to peek at it. It's not bad, but I'm going to let it go just a little bit longer. I want just a little bit more golden crispiness to it. So what do you guys do? Do you guys make breakfast tacos? Do you make the breakfast burritos at all? And what do you add to them? There's, you know, put in the comments if you add like different stuff. You know, I do have like salsa that you can add to it or you can dip with it, or the sour cream. So the sour cream is something that I probably would do. Salsa is not, I'm not much of a tomato lover, so I probably wouldn't do that. But like the inside of the tacos, you could do like hot sauce. You could add a little bit of hot sauce to it. And that is another thing. Yeah, this is perfect. Look at that. Look how awesome that looks. We've got nice crispiness. It's nice and full on the inside. Look at all that egg and ham and the melting cheese in there. That's exactly what we want. Yeah. And Dan says he likes to use chopped tomatoes. And that's something, you know, that's awesome to put in there. I wish I liked tomatoes. For some reason, I've tried and tried. Ooh, look how golden brown that is. So I'm going to add the plate back onto this. I'm going to see if you see the up close. See how nice and golden brown that is? That is exactly what you want it. It's flat and in there. So I'm just going to take the plate and add it on there and just press down just a little bit to try to get as much contact of that griddle to get that crispy golden brownness on it. Yeah, and Dan, the tomatoes, it's like we have tomatoes in our garden, and just for some reason, it's like we end up giving them away. We grow them every year, the baby tomatoes, and we just give them to my father-in-law because none of us eat tomatoes in our house. And I don't know what it is, but I grew up on a farm, and you would think that I would like tomatoes. I know my mom liked tomatoes. My mom loved tomatoes, but just for some reason, I've tried them over and over again, and I just don't care for them. Yeah, Dan likes the appearance of the burrito. Yeah, I mean, this too is a good one. I know my daughter used to make this all the time. She used to actually make. Oh, I'm gonna let it go just a little bit longer. It's not quite golden brown. She used to actually make up several of these on our griddle and do wrap them up and do them for breakfast. So she would do like one a day. She was good at meal prepping. She did meal prep all through like her first year of college and high school years. And so she would meal prep on the weekend and have her food for the week, and so she could just grab and go. She was active in sports, and I know this was one thing that she used to make a lot of, is these breakfast burritos, because she'd just grab it, warm it, pop it in the microwave, warm it, and be out the door, and she could eat it in the car on the way to school, and it's just something that she really liked. Okay, I guess we're going to pull this off here, and look how nice and golden brown that is. So we got both sides, nice and crispy, like that, and there you go. Breakfast burritos, we got the breakfast burrito and the breakfast taco. Same ingredients that you use in it, just two different methods of producing it and the different outcome that you have with eating it. So this is good, you know, would be good to dip in like salsa and that kind of stuff. And this would probably be better if you're eating on the go. You know, if it's something that you want to grab and go, would be a good one to do that with. So I'm going to shut off my griddle. You got to make sure to hear the sound. Let's see. Dan says, I'd use tomatoes in guacamole. And that is another thing too that I do have. Like I have a list when I'm posting on my blog. I have like different things that you can serve with it. And like the Mexican rice is one, guacamole, avocado slices, salsa. I have pico de gallo, and like the sour cream Greek yogurt. The hot sauce is, you know, something else to serve with it. You know, and you can actually make like a bar. If you have a group of people that you're doing, you know, trying to make breakfast for, this would be an awesome thing to have, like to set out and let them come and pick and or let them make their own, you know, just have the ingredients lined up, already cooked up, and just let them make their own, throw it on the grill, warm it up, and let them do sides with it. Perfect thing for feeding a crowd. So, yeah. I do have a cookbook that you can go. I do have breakfast items in there, recipes for the Blackstone Griddle. You can go on my website, from Michigan to the table.com. You can also go to mygriddlesecrets.com, and I have all kinds of griddle related stuff there. Free printables for you. I have, you know, if you want to work more one-on-one with me, if you, you know, want to do, I have a griddle course that you can take to learn all kinds of things about the griddle. You know, so all different things for you, options for you there. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Let's see, 20 minutes and I'm done. I have 2 different things created here. I hope you guys enjoyed this. It's been a pleasure making recipes for you. I have been doing the griddle cooking series with Chef Sherry Ronning for a little while now, since the beginning of February, but I was doing healthy griddle recipes since the beginning of January. And I have over 100 recipes on YouTube videos for you to watch. So if you've seen this one in Facebook and you want to learn, look at more of my griddle recipes, go to my YouTube channel, subscribe to it, and watch all kinds of videos. I have so much videos, so many videos on there that you will keep you busy cooking for over a month. So I hope you guys have a great evening. See you later, Dan. Thanks for watching, and happy griddle cooking. Bye.